In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a route in K3 to upload a CSV data file into Snowflake. To get started, create a new route by clicking the plus button. Choose the CSV upload adapter, which will parse the CSV file and then upload it to K3. Then, to upload to Snowflake, select the database, Snowflake Adapter. This connects K3 to Snowflake and pushes data into the Snowflake database. Next, name the route. In this case, I'll name it CSV Upload to Snowflake. Now, define how K3 will parse the file that you upload. Click Add Sample Data. Drag or copy and paste your CSV file into K3. K3 will automatically identify the columns that it needs to parse based on the file data. Click Configure Fields to see the field types and change them if needed. If everything here looks correct, click OK. Next, set up the database adapter to Snowflake. Click Database, Snowflake, and then Database Credentials. Input your credentials, the connection stream, which includes the database name, the username, and the password. Click Test Credentials to validate that you can connect to the database. If your credentials are correct, you'll see Successfully Connected at the bottom of your screen. Click OK. Now that you've set up the source and destination adapters, you'll need to build the SQL statement. Click Build Statement to define how you want to insert and what table you want to insert into in Snowflake. K3 displays the Snowflake database, so select the table and the columns that you want to insert into. This will automatically build a SQL statement for you. Click OK. Once you've selected the columns you want to insert, you'll see the Insert statement. This will be executed every time a CSV row is processed through K3. Click Create to finish setting up the adapter. Now, K3 will set up the additional information it needs to do the mapping from the CSV file to the Snowflake database. All the data is captured as it comes into K3 because we set up columns for the source side of mapping from the CSV. Click Save to complete the adapter setup. Now let's look at the target fields. Click the plus button to add new fields. Since you've already connected the Snowflake database and table, K3 knows the fields that need to be set and mapped to. This allows you to create those fields in K3 so that you can get started with mapping. Now you have both the CSV fields and the Snowflake fields set up in K3. It's time to start mapping the data from the CSV columns to the Snowflake columns. In K3, pass-through mapping allows you to map one field or column to another without any data manipulation in Snowflake. In this case, I'm mapping row ID to row ID, order ID to order ID, and so on. Click Save in each field when your pass-through mapping is set up for each column. You'll do that for each of these fields. Now that you've mapped each of those columns or fields, click Apply and Restart. This pushes all of the data from the CSV to Snowflake. And with that, the mapping process is complete. You've set up the adapters, created the columns in K3, and mapped the data from the CSV to Snowflake. The next step is to test out the mapping process. From the Data Stream window, click the three dots at the top right of your screen. Select Upload File and locate your CSV file, then click OK. K3 will process the file, which includes uploading, parsing, mapping, and then inserting into Snowflake. You should be able to see the process has been executed. And now you have a simple, repeatable process to upload data to Snowflake from a CSV. Learn more about how you can create streamlined routes to downstream data stores, files, APIs, or even legacy applications by visiting getk3.com.